You can collaborate directly in your chat messages and channel posts thanks to loop components in Microsoft Teams. In this video, you'll see how to edit components, view others' activity, and access your components in the Loop web app. Even after a loop component has been posted to a chat or channel, anyone who has access to it can work on it simultaneously. So here in one of my group chats, I can see a loop component has been posted called the Smart Home Project Launch. Now I can easily edit this component right here in the chat. So for example, I'm going to add an assignee to one of my tasks. We can also add comments. So if I scroll down and place my cursor, to add a comment, I can type a double slash and then space, and now enter whatever text I want to add in this comment. Of course, loop components are collaborative, so other people can work on them at the same time and I'll be able to see their activity. I can see Mike Jones has opened the chat, he's opened the component, based on his profile picture, which appears at the top of the component. And I'll be able to see any changes Mike makes in real time. For example, I can see Mike editing one of the tasks. You'll be able to identify people based on a color cursor or a badge with their initials. I'll scroll back up. Note that you can also identify edits that have already been made by finding a dot. When I hover over the dot, I can see a screen tip that says New Changes by Mike Jones. Depending on the access of a loop component, you might be able to share it in other places. So to see the access, click on the people icon in the top right corner. This opens a pop-up window where you can see people who have access. You'll see their profile pictures. You can mouse over a profile picture to see the name and email address. And below this, I can see the general access. People in your organization with the link can also access this loop component. So since people in my organization with the link can access the component, that means I can share it to other places with people in my org. I'll click away to close the pop-up and click on the Copy Component button. Now I'll find a different group chat, so I'll select a group chat in my left-hand chat list. I'll use Command V to paste in that loop component into the compose box of this chat. Now to share it in this chat, I'm going to send the message, so I'll click the send button. And the component has now been opened here as well. We can select the shared locations icon to display a pop-up with a list of other places where the component has been shared. So for example, I can see the option to open this component instead in my Hamotic Pals chat. You'll also see the option to add it to a loop workspace, which can help you to organize your content better. Click Add to Loop Workspace to open the Microsoft Loop web app. The Add to Workspace pop-up window opens. Here you can search loop workspaces to add it to. You can create a new workspace or select one of the suggested workspaces, which is what I'll do. This component has now been added as a page to my Hamotic product launch workspace. Note that it's also possible to continue editing this loop component here in the Loop web app. I'm going to close the browser to return to Team. And notice if you do prefer to edit the component in the browser, you can always click on the title of the component in the top left corner to open it in the browser. Now you've seen how to collaborate on loop components in Microsoft Teams.